Coach, let's talk about something positive. You're getting all the media attention here. Why don't you talk about your assistant coaches, how important they are to you recruiting and bringing Nebraska back?
Dang, you have a lot of energy.
Indiana.
Oh, no wonder. We were in Indiana today. We landed in Gary. It was a pleasant drive.
Coach, my question about assistant coaches. We're from Indiana. We remember when you were the volunteer assistant, we were happy to come back and doing that. What's it like for you to have these assistant coaches that are working hard for you, kind of like how you did it for your dad as a volunteer, but these guys are making it, but the assistant coaches that toil there and work so hard?
Really loving the group. It's doing a great job. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it.
Coach, I talked to all three of your guys. Great young men.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
How special is it for you? These guys didn't really necessarily grow up Iowa guys, but you got them there, and they're Iowa guys now. I mean, how special is that for you? What do you think about these great facilities in South Bend here, the rehab?
サウスベンドの施設全体に関してはどのように感じていますか？いや、こんだけ施設整ってたらなんていうの、ハングリー精神が育つのかなって逆に心配になりました。You know, I can't really ask for more. It's a great facility. The only concern is it's so great. So I'm just worried if the players will, you know, try to achieve higher level because the facility is already top notch.
I used to be in television.
Did you?
Yeah, I was president.
That NBC?
I was president of NBC News for 5 or 6 years.
What did you like? What do you like better? Do you like broadcast journalism? Do you like newspaper? Do you like?
Oh, you know, they're all different. You can't really compare.
Yeah.
This is more fun.
This has got to be fun. Mr. Garner, we're here, Des Moines, Iowa. The Iowa Cubs. Tradition. 1981, I believe, since the franchise has been with the Chicago Cubs.
Right.
Is that the third longest in?
Well, Omaha's longer, and I think maybe the Red Sox out in Pawtucket.
Tom Ricketts, we're here in Nebraska. Your brother is the governor of Nebraska. You're from Nebraska. How proud are you of your brother and your whole family here in Nebraska?
Well, I mean, words can't describe how proud I am of Pete. And not just because he's governor, but because he's a great governor. I know how hard he works. I know how much he cares. I know how much it means to him. So, I just can't be happier. And just to be here tonight, to be with him and support him is just really special for me.
Nico, we're here in Tennessee. You're one of the top prospects for the Chicago Cubs. What's it like for you to be a part of the Chicago Cubs organization right now, moving your way up through the system?
It's special and exciting when you're playing for an organization that's trying to win right now. And I'm obviously not with the Chicago Cubs right now, but just the thought of being a part of something in the near future that's immediately trying to win a World Series is a unique opportunity and something I hope I can be a part of sooner than later.
Mr. Fuson, President, CEO, the head guy of the Pacers, here we're at the NCAA announcement, this huge tech announcement with sports in Indiana. How special is this for you to be here representing the Simons, representing this great Indiana institution of the Indiana Pacers that's been here? How exciting is this announcement for you, for the Pacers and the whole state of Indiana?
Well, I think it's very exciting. We're certainly happy to be part of it. You know, we're going to go in our 52nd year this year. Herb Simon, Steve Simon, our owners, and the Simon family, over 35 years ownership.
Hey, Coach Kyle Babcock, Sports Report Media. You've arguably got one of the best teams in the country. Your guys are undefeated. They're playing for the championship. How do you keep these guys motivated each week, knowing that they're a step closer to that championship now, Big Ten championship?
They've been highly motivated all year, and they know, we talk about the race to the Big Ten championship and the finish line to this race, which is the Big Ten championship.
Hey, Coach Kyle Babcock, Sports Report Media. You're a Wisconsin guy. You've been at this championship a couple of times. I asked you at the Big Ten press conference early on in July, how special is this for you being a Wisconsin guy representing Wisconsin and being here, looking at that trophy and thinking, man, this is my state. This is what I grew up loving.
I think that obviously it means a ton to me to be here, representing Wisconsin.
Game. Coach, you're a Northwestern guy. Exactly. Kind of the theme I've talked to a lot of coaches is a lot of guys have come home. Harbaugh, you.
Sure.
I mean, What's it like to be a Northwestern guy coaching Northwestern? I mean, just home, and it just seems to me maybe that's maybe the style of the Big Ten. I mean, you guys come home.
Yeah, Frosty at Nebraska. I just think it means more when you're at your alma mater. You know, you're an owner, not a renter. You know, a big part of you is out on that field, and you take great pride in the program that gave you an opportunity, for me in particular, to go to college, let alone play Big Ten football.
Coach, Chicago Cubs question.
Yes.
Obviously football's your life.
Yes.
But you've thrown out the first pitch, sang at Wrigley. But what's it like to you to do things besides just football? How exciting is it to do things like that?
Yeah, so my grandfather was a huge Cubs fan, right? And my first year I got done coaching, the Cubs found out I was a Cubs guy, and they invited me in to sing. So that was –
Hey, Jackson, a couple questions on your brother. Growing up, he's a professional baseball player. Athletics must run in the family. What's it like to you to see your brother succeed and know you're going to be succeeding at the next level? Is that exciting to see him, and has he been able to kind of guide you through some things?
Yeah. During his off season, when he's done, he kind of lives with me, which is like towards the end of the playoff run. But yeah, it's been great.
CJ, positive question for you. What's it like growing up? You're a fantastic college athlete, going to play on Sundays. But what are other things that you like to do in life besides just football? I mean, you've got a lot of things going for you, but you've got to have things that you like to do besides just football and have fun with.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. I definitely am. I don't know. I like a lot of different things. I am a football head, but at the same time, I do like getting away. So I love basketball. So I play basketball a lot. That clears my mind whenever I don't want to think about football. So,
Coach, always good to see you. Always start off the season. I've been coming to these media days for a number of years, and we cover Purdue. But Purdue's academics. But you've got a lot of guys that are playing on Sundays now that I've interviewed here, which is really cool. But what's it like for you? You're out recruiting all across the country, but you're telling guys they come to Purdue for a good education, but they may play on Sundays too. And you've got obviously the players that are there now.
Well, I think it's an easy sell to me when we present what we have to offer for recruits that we're going after.
Let's talk about the Iowa fans. I mean, Big Ten wrestling's going on in Omaha, much closer. You have all these fans. What's it like for you, the tradition in Iowa, to have all these fans here supporting you and your team?
Hawkeye fans have always been amazing.
What's it like to be Big Ten champs?
So, Monica, we'll start with you.
It feels phenomenal. I can't even describe it. It's just all the hard work you put in for so long, for even longer than just one season. I mean, ever since I got here and even beyond that, you've been training for days like this. So it's just awesome. And it's such a relief, like a sigh of relief. This team really deserves it. And I'm just so happy for everybody involved, whether they are injured, whether they play more bench positions. They know their role and everybody's bought in, and that's what led to this. So I'm just really proud of everybody involved.
Kayla?
Yeah, obviously it feels unreal, honestly, just to be the first team to ever do this in Iowa women's basketball history. And
hey, Coach, congratulations on the big win today. Big IU weekend. I'd ask your players here, what's it like, the fans? I mean, IU's playing both places, on the road and at home, but you got fans here and fan support all season. I mean, Kim Mulkey was on LSU this week about fan support, but what do you say to these IU fans that come out and support your team?
Well, what I say to them is that we're so grateful, and we appreciate, Hoosier Nation, whether there's enough of them, right, that, we can spread the love with men's and women's basketball. Hey,
Coach, Kyle Babcock, Sports Report Media. Coach, you've been around the game a long time, seen a lot of things. What's special about this group of kids that have faced adversity, and here they are going to the Sweet 16, and what does that mean to you?
It starts at home with the parents. They've done an amazing job of raising some fine young men that trust, that believe in.
Coach, it's never easy doing these, but I want to focus on something positive. So much orange here following you. What do you say to the fans that have supported you and your team, that came up here and followed you, and just great team support all season?
I would say what I learned 7 years ago when I came to Knoxville, and early in the season playing a non-league game. We playing an in-state team that Christmas Eve, and they had to move the game because of some bowl, something to go with SEC football at that time, and we had 16,000 people in the fans. And since that time, I've realized what I didn't know growing up 2.5, 3 hours from Knoxville, the love that Tennessee people have for the
Coach, fans in the stands. How much energy did that bring to you and your team, just hearing this, team in this state root for you and how much energy that brings you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Andrew, you've owned the South Bend Cubs now a number of years. Iconic franchise, fantastic facility here in South Bend. What gets you excited about the South Bend Cubs and coming to South Bend, Indiana?
It's a great question. It's a really long answer, but I'll give you the highlights.
Joe Hart, we're here in Mesa, Arizona, with the president of the South Bend Cubs. What's it like being out here, seeing a lot of your former players, your current players out here, just enjoying themselves here out in Mesa?
Today's a great day. I mean, obviously we're a little over 2 weeks from opening day, and to see some of our guys that have come through South Bend and see the progression they've made, see some of the coaching staff for this upcoming year. This is it. I mean, opening day, the countdown is on.
What makes the Tennessee Smokies so special for the fans, and coming there, and let's talk about the fans a little bit. I mean, the long history of fans with the Tennessee Smokies.
Yeah, we have a great fan base, a great season ticket holder fan base, many plans, you name it. The folks love coming out, supporting this team. The Smoky Mountains is a wonderful destination for people to vacation. We see so many people passing throughout the course of a calendar year. I'm a Cubs fan, or I'm from Chicago, I'm from here. There's so many Cubs fans all over the world.
Jody, what's it like being here today? You're in Tennessee Smokies. You're going to be on the Marquee Network tonight. When this broadcast will obviously be after the game, but what's it like sitting here, getting to talk to Cubs fans all across the country?
It's exciting to be back. I've been managing and coaching in the minor leagues for 11 years. The exciting part of that is watching these guys progress and trying to make them better. And to be at this level, especially with the Cubs, going through a rebuilding, to get to watch the guys that are actually headed to Chicago and Wrigley Field.
Welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio. It's Kyle Babcock on the line. Here's a guy that's one of the top Cubs prospects. This guy is it in center field. I expect to see him in Wrigley Field within the next 3 to 4 years. This guy covers a lot of ground. He's got a great bat. I mean, he is the ultimate package. Brennen Davis, welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, it was a pleasure to watch you last year in South Bend. Welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio on the phone. This guy's a legend at Wrigley Field. I call him a legend. Wayne Messmer, welcome to Inside the Ivy on Sports Report Radio.
Well, I like that. Legend is a nice term. I'm happy to wear that.
Mayor Giles, we are here in Mesa, Arizona, Sloan Park. This is your city, your town. Beautiful weather. What's it like to have spring training with the Cubs and all the other things in Mesa, Arizona happening?
You bet. Here in Mesa, we love spring training. We look forward to it all year long. We wish it could last 12 months out of the year. We call it Christmas in March for Mesa because it's a gift to our community in a lot of different ways.
Congratulations on the birth of your son.
Thank you.
Is that an exciting time for you?
Yeah. The last few days have been a whirlwind and not a lot of sleep, but we're excited, And
Matt, here we are, South Bend Cubs. You've played college baseball. You've been kind of the hero here, I hear from the fans in the stands, that you've had all these walk-offs this year. What's it like for you to be playing and kind of living your dream, playing baseball, and knowing that you're close to being at Wrigley Field soon?
It's what I've always wanted to do. People ask what would I be doing outside of baseball if I had to get a real job, and kind of never have an answer for them.
What do you say to downtown Indianapolis, all the Boiler fans? What's coming up this week?
Well, I'll say to them, how about them Boilers? No.
Matt, Kyle, Sports Report Media. What's it like for you? You bring a lot of these kids in. They're not 5 stars, they're not 4 stars, but you build a team. What's it like for you, with college basketball right now and having your team be just such a great team?
Yeah, well, they're 5 stars in my eyes, and so I could care less what anybody else thinks.
Let's ask the baseball question. Let's say, not necessarily the Cubs, but let's say somebody needs a pitcher. And they look at Painter's form, Coach Painter, from throwing out the first pitch at Wrigley, and they look at you. Who is the choice? Is it you or Coach Painter?
I think it's got to be me. I saw Coach Painter throw that first pitch. It's got to be me.
Rattled off all the teams you beat. Obviously, you're building a tradition right now at Penn State. How satisfying is that for you to to see these home wins, see the crowd come out and recruiting these players there that are going to make Penn State basketball a winner?
Yeah, I mean, that was my goal when I got this job. It was, try and just change the perception of who we are. This year when people said, like, you don't have what it takes or Penn State history is not going to NCAA tournament, I don't care, right? I'm going to will these guys to the NCAA tournament.
Hey, Coach, what's it like for you? We only do positive content. What's it like for you to wake up every morning and know you're the coach at The Ohio State University?
It happens a lot where I just kind of pinch myself because when you think about the great tradition of Ohio State.
Hey, Coach, Kyle with Sports Report Media.
Hi, Kyle.
Question for you, positive question. You were on the NBA circuit for a long time. What'd you learn about yourself last year on the college circuit? It had been a while since you've done that, obviously, but what'd you learn and, maybe some fun things you did on the circuit last year for the college games?
Well, the one thing that I've learned, being in the NBA all those years and coaching, there's really not enough time to prepare and teach and really be a part of a player's life.
Mr. Miles, what a great day for the city of Indianapolis. We know with your connection running the Holman Company and the Indianapolis 500, what does this mean for the city of Indianapolis to have basically the all-star game here with setting the table with everything you guys do at the Speedway?
Well, Indianapolis is the best sports town in the country, and this is just proof of it.
Coach, a fun question. I'm having to think back a lot of years, okay? It seems like you may have been on the David Letterman show at one time, and if I remember right, you were portraying somebody on the David Letterman show in a shooting contest. What's it like to portray David Letterman's mother shooting baskets against Reggie Miller?
I dunked on Reggie as David Letterman's mother. That was fun. That was a great. I'd forgotten about that.
Luca, you are a DC guy,
Yes,
Gatorade player of the area out there. How the heck did you get to Iowa? How'd they let you get away and get to Iowa?
It was my personal relationship with Coach Fran. He started recruiting me as a sophomore in high school, and he recruited me for 3 years and just was always there. And I appreciated that loyalty in the end, and I just found a really a fit with this school and just the family environment that it provides.
Here we are. We're in Rosemont. You got family and friends around a lot of places. You can go home, get some home cooking one of these days. Okay, close. But what's it like? And even playing in the state of Illinois, being from Chicago, how special is that?
Oh yeah, that's great. Being close to home is always great. Having my family be able to come out to any games, having my mom and dad be able to come to any games, that's great.